Hello again, fellow beer lovers. It's Jeff, the beer boss, Forbes, and I'm coming to you today from scenic Spring Park, Minnesota on beautiful Lake Minnetonka. And I'm here at Back Channel Brewing, and we've got with us...
Don't forget the hat. Zoom the hat in. There you go.
That's today's hat, courtesy of Mark McCarrum, brewmaster of Back Channel Brewing. And he has been the height of hospitality here. He was gracious enough to open up the brew pub on his day off. He happened to be here and we were in the area, and he was kind enough to open up for us and give us a private tasting. And we've been drinking a little bit. You might be able to tell by the mood. But I'll tell you what, I've got a beautiful flight here. It looks kind of like, I don't want to tip it, but here, let me tip the camera a little bit. It looks kind of like the Star Trek symbol, or maybe like something off of a Ouija board from back in the day. But I'm going to go ahead and try these out for you, okay? By the way, my sidekick here tonight, Sean Mingus, my old friend, and he once called me the wise Sir Geoffrey, so I don't want to let anybody down tonight, so I'm going to try to impart some brew wisdom. So I'm going to raise my first glass to you. It's not really my first glass, truth be told, but this is called Money for Nothing and Your Chicks for Free. It's called, what's it called, Mark?
Money Baby.
Money Baby.
Money Baby.
It's money. This one's money. You can see it's quite translucent. In this lighting, let's see if there's any particulate in there. There's a little bit of cloudiness to it, but it's fairly translucent. And I would give it, it's a golden, probably something like an apple cider color. See what that smells like. Oh my gosh, the bouquet on this. Whew. Citra hops, Mark?
Citra's in there.
Citra, okay. And it's complex. It's got more than one hop.
It does.
Noble?
Nope.
What's the other hops?
Simcoe and Galaxy.
Simcoe and Galaxy hops. Can I introduce the crowd to you?
Absolutely.
I'd like to introduce Mark McCarrum.
Hello, YouTube.
You guys got to come on out here and try this stuff out. You know, Mark has pulled together with his people, he's pulled together the best of everything. Delicious beers and quite a variety. We've got 16 different beers on tap, and everything from IPAs to blondes and lagers to stouts, porters, and even kombucha. And he's got a beer here that I'm really itching to taste. It's a Mexican stout that has chipotle peppers in it, right? Chipotle peppers?
Correct.
Among other things. All their stuff is complex, okay? And it's delicious. So, so this is a Money
Baby IPA.
Money Baby IPA.
There you go.
Well, I'm tasting the citrus. I'm going to say, you know, when you got citrus, the question is it orange or is it grapefruit? And then the question is it really just from the hops, or did they actually add something like, you know, some juice or some grapefruit peel or something like that? They did not add anything to this, I'm guessing, correct?
That is correct. There's only hops. Hops and malt. It's giving you those notes. Yeast.
It's a little grapefruity. I'm guessing it's dry hopped as well. From the robust bouquet. Dry hop, as the audience would know, is that they've thrown hops in at the tail end. Or is that
at the very end of fermentation?
The very end of the fermentation process, which creates a really open bouquet or essential. It's the essential.
Profile.
Yeah, hop profile. It's very good, very good. It's good and cold, and crisp, and refreshing. You know, I always like to say I reach for an IPA after mowing the grass because you know, hops always reminds me of fresh cut grass. Clear the palate.
We're gonna break for commercial.
Break for commercial?
No.
There's no
You
breaks.
don't have commercial yet?
There's no breaks.
No sponsors?
You know, when I
Dude,
have film night at my place, we have intermission, but that's just so you can go to the bathroom and refill on the
It's
drinks.
a different deal. You got to get some ching going here.
That's back at the
Right.
the
Back to
Forbes
the beer.
the
Back to
Forbes
the
Forbes
Estate.
Lounge and Cinema.
Yes.
All right.
This is our cold pressed coffee on nitro. This is made in house.
I just had that, right?
We have no. You had the Padre.
Wow, this smells like a mocha or something.
That
It
is.
smells-
It's straight. It is coffee. It is
Wow.
legitimately just coffee, and we have a gentleman that roasts it locally, and then we make it in the back.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Put
so
it on
this is
nitro.
the cold pressed coffee on nitro.
Correct. Yep. It will wake you
Is
up.
it a porter?
It is coffee.
It's just
It's straight
ju-
coffee.
There's no beer in it.
There's no beer in it.
It's just a coffee on nitro. All right.
Drink it all.
I needed a little pick me up. What is it? 20 to 7 in the evening. Like I said, these guys are complex. You know, they got kombucha, they got coffee on nitro. It's good stuff. Creamy. I'm not sure how to describe it because I don't normally do coffee tastings.
No.
But you know what? The creamy, foamy head is very similar, not surprisingly, to what you'd get if you had a stout or a porter on nitro.
Right.
Or a Boddington's Pub Ale. That's what I was trying to call out earlier, the earthy tones of the
Pub
Boddington Pub Ale. Okay, so this is a Padre. I should probably save that for the end because that's got the chipotle in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Soviet Slayer Imperial Stout, and he's got a hammer and sickle up there. Let's see if I can show you that.
Can't see it.
Probably can't see it from here, but it's got a hammer and sickle up there just for us old timers that you know, the Sovietologists and such. But so it's an imperial stout.
Comes in at 10%. You're gonna get some dark fruit in there. Get some coffee.
This is
some
10%.
Yep.
Dark fruit.
10%
You
ABV.
know, Prost to Putin.
No.
No.
Named after a famous Minnesota.
Soviet Slayer.
Soviet Slayer.
Oh, the band Slayer?
No.
Must be a hockey player.
Because that was the Minnesota band.
Close. You're on the right track.
What is it?
Who was the Soviet Slayer?
Soviet Slayer.
So from the Olympic team.
Hockey?
That- Yeah, hockey. We're talking hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1980.
You're from Minnesota, right?
The Dream Team?
We're losing points. People are logging off as we
All
speak.
right,
Come
no,
on,
no,
what's
no.
the answer? You tell us, Mark. Tell us what the answer is. We're struggling.
Soviet Slayer is Herb Brooks.
Herb Brooks.
God!
Nailed it.
Miracle on Ice. Hey,
This can't be published.
I know what you're talking
This
about.
cannot
All
be
right,
published.
All right.
All right,
No.
Herb Brooks. Well,
Miracle
you know
on
what?
Ice.
To Herb Brooks.
Herb Brooks.
I'll drink to that.
All right. Cheers.
To Herb Brooks.
Cheers.
That'll be
Hey,
it.
wait.
Mark's in
Wait.
there.
Let's-
Mark, yeah, get Mark in that. To Herb Brooks.
Cheers to Herb Brooks.
So, thank you for that. The Soviet Slayer. Goddamn
Soviet
right.
Slayer. I'm getting raisin.
Raisin.
Raisin?
Definitely dark fruit in there.
Some molasses.
Dark fruit notes.
Wow, almost cola. Right?
Whatever you perceive is always going to be right.
Tell us more about this beer.
So that beer is created with a generous malt bill. It's actually the biggest beer that we make, but it has a couple different dark malts in it. So it has chocolate malt in it. It has black malt. It has roasted barley. It has a couple different types of caramel malt in it. A generous amount of oats to give it a nice mouthfeel. And it is a bear to ferment because it is so high in alcohol.
Oh, it is.
It gives the yeast a run for its money.
Oh, it is. What percentage?
That's 10%.
Ooh,
And it's been
10%. You heard that, folks.
That's been sitting back in the cooler. We released that in November, so it has some age on
Look
it.
out.
So it's been aging and getting some nice.
You're not driving.
I'm good. So far. No, I would never drive under the influence, ever. Never. No, seriously, I would not like to do that. All right, so what do we got here? This is the Padre. Let me clear the palate. Cheers to all y'all water drinkers.
Water.
Drink water. So the Padre is a Mexican stout. This is 9%. It is served on nitro right now, and the Mexican stout has basically why it's a Mexican stout. It's inspired by Mexican hot chocolate. It's a chocolatey imperial stout, and then it's aged with cacao, coffee, chipotle pepper, and vanilla.
Nearly black in appearance. A nice nitro, foamy, creamy head on there. Maybe losing my faculties.
Nitro doesn't offer a ton of aromatics.
Oh,
It's based on how it pours.
interesting.
I'd be happy to pour it for you on CO2 so you actually.
All right. You know what? I appreciate the primer because I wasn't catching a lot of notes of anything. But we're gonna see what it tastes like. You can have some of that, man. You should try it. It's hot and peppery stuff.
Which stuff? That one?
That's
Go
what I
ahead.
meant.
Go ahead.
Wow, the mouthfeel is the first thing that hits me. Mouthfeel is just very, very it's like velveteen. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
Very mellow mouthfeel. And honestly, I've had a couple of pepper beers before. Not my thing, because honestly, the peppers tend to overwhelm all of the other characteristics of the beer. But in this case, I have to hand it to you, Mark. You guys, you know, you really nailed it. You really nailed it. I mean, you went easy, such that you have to really ponder.
Ponder.
I'm going to do a little more
Do another
pondering.
sipping.
Yeah.
Oh, pondering. That one has your imagination.
Wow. I'm loving the mouthfeel, and now I'm getting. The funny thing is, if you didn't tell me, if you hadn't told me that you'd put peppers in it, it'd take me a while to realize that you'd done it, and you obviously were really conservative on that on purpose. Am I right?
You're absolutely correct.
It lasts a while. I can still taste it.
It kind of hangs out.
It hangs.
Subtle.
Yeah.
Subtle is the word.
subtle.
Subtle is the word. The mouthfeel from the peppers gets you in the back, and so that's part of the finish. It's a longer finish. What else can you tell us about this? I mean, if you were, when you're drinking it, what does it evoke?
So notes of leather, tobacco are from like the chipotle pepper, and then with the coffee you get the roast notes in there. The cacao offers a subtle bitterness to the beer because you have that nice sweet chocolatey base, but then when you put the coffee and the cacao in there, you get that bitterness that almost balances it out. It makes it neutral almost. This is the second time I've made this beer. The first time I had the levels a little bit higher in the coffee cacao, so I dropped them down to make it a little more even. And then you have that vanilla in there, and the vanilla is so subtle. It's more subtle than the chipotle pepper, but it gives a velvety.
It's very subtle, but now that you mention it, that is actually what gives it, to me, what gives it its best flavor is the vanilla. It's delicious. It's really interesting. You know, in the past when I've had peppery beers, I've rejected them as novelties. But I have to say this one definitely got got my interest.
So that's the same beer on CO2.
Same beer on CO2. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
Herb Brooks.
Very nice. Herb Brooks.
Herb Brooks. Wait.
Soviet.
Wait. This.
No, this is the Padres. It's somebody completely different.
Okay. Who's the Padre named after?
That's part of the game.
Oh. Well, Padre. I mean, it sounds like a priest, right?
So every board has a hint on it.
Okay. Just to catch everybody up on the conversation we had earlier, all the names here are named after Minnesotans, right?
Should be interesting,
Or something
right?
in Minnesota.
Or something
It's a
Minnesotan,
puzzle.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and there are hints on the board here, which you can't see, but I'll explain it to you. It says,
We also have hints in the descriptions
okay,
as well.
I'm
It
seeing
helps.
there's a baseball, there are 3 baseballs, and there's a sombrero, and what's that other thing? The round thing on the far right. After the Padre, where it says Padre, what's that round thing?
That is the logo from
Just
the
the-
Padres.
Ah, the logo from the Padres. All right. Okay, but this is a Minnesota thing.
It is.
All right. So it's a baseball thing. It's the Padres. You know your baseball history
No.
in Minnesota?
Don't start asking me that.
All right.
No.
Sorry, I'm indicating
This is
my
recount
lack,
moment.
my
Make,
lack.
finalize. Close.
Yeah.
Make the close.
Yeah.
You're-
We're almost there. We're almost there. All right, go ahead. Tell us.
Actually, don't remember.
All right. All right. Well.
That's why I brewed the beer.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
All right. The marketing guy is not here today. Okay. But we're gonna try.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Best service.
Cheers, everybody. Come on out to Spring Park. I hope you get a chance to meet Brewmaster Mark.
I'm in the back.
All right.
Unreal. Very nice of you,
Until
Mark.
next
Thank
time.
you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.